Hi, welcome. My name is Nick Scripter. I'm a VA accredited attorney here at CCK Law, and I'm here with Ethan Muckelbauer, one of our lead advocates. Today we're going to talk about some various benefits that VA administers for the surviving spouses, children, or parents of disabled veterans. Some examples include compensation, healthcare, education, or burial benefits. Today, we're going to be going over the financial compensation benefits. And in a second video, we're going to talk about the other available benefits like education and healthcare. But whether you are a veteran doing due diligence for your dependents or the surviving spouse or child of a veteran yourself, our presentation will hopefully help you identify some of these important benefits that you and your loved ones might be entitled to.
Great, thanks, Nick. So let's start with the biggest one, which is Dependency and Indemnity Compensation, or DIC. So DIC is a monthly tax-free benefit that's paid to eligible survivors of veterans who died from service-connected conditions or whose death resulted from conditions caused by military service. So an eligible survivor would be a spouse, a dependent child, or dependent parents. The base amount for DIC is currently $1,653.07 per month, but this can actually increase depending on factors such as how long the spouse was married to the veteran, whether the spouse needs aid in attendance, and how many minor children the spouse has.
Right, and the veteran must meet certain criteria in order for their dependents to qualify for DIC benefits. So some of the criteria would be either if the veteran passed away in the line of duty, from a service-related injury or illness, if the veteran held a total disability rating either for 10 years prior to their death or for 5 years from their discharge, or if the veteran was a former POW who died after September 30th, 1999.
The veteran also needs to have a discharge status other than dishonorable, and the veteran's death cannot have been the result of their own willful misconduct. So now the question is, which survivors are actually eligible for DIC? So surviving spouses and children qualify, and also sometimes parents can qualify if they're dependents of the veteran. For surviving spouses, the spouse needs to have been married to the veteran at the time of their death and meet certain conditions like being married for at least 1 year or having a child together. A surviving spouse's DIC benefits are suspended upon remarriage unless the remarriage occurs after a certain age, either 55 or 57, depending on when you remarried.
So to apply for DIC benefits, you should complete VA's Form 21P-534EZ, and you can submit that online via VA's website, va.gov. You can also mail that to your local or your regional VA office, or you can seek assistance from a veteran service officer who can help assist in submitting any of those applications. DIC in particular can get complex, and it can be especially intimidating if you are a dependent or a surviving spouse or child who has been not involved with the veteran's claims. So if you're unfamiliar with VA system, so definitely feel free to contact us for a case evaluation if so. But moving on to survivor's pension, which is also called the death pension. This is another financial benefit available. It's a tax-free monetary benefit payable to low-income surviving spouses and unmarried dependent children of wartime veterans.
And survivor's pension is actually different from DIC. So DIC is for survivors of service members or veterans whose death actually resulted from service or service-connected conditions in some way. Survivor's pension, on the other hand, is a needs-based benefit for surviving spouses or children of veterans, regardless of their service-related cause of death or regardless whether the cause of death was related to service at all. If you want to apply for survivor's pension, you use VA Form 21P-534EZ, the same form as DIC, either online or by mailing it to your local VA regional office.
And also, survivors who qualify for either DIC or survivor pension may also be eligible for additional monthly compensation if they qualify for aid in attendance or housebound status. So aid in attendance is when an eligible survivor needs regular assistance by another person to care for or protect themselves. And housebound status is when a survivor is permanently confined to their home or a care facility due to a permanent disability. So if you provide evidence of this while applying for DIC or death pension benefits, VA should automatically award the higher compensation amount that is warranted by the evidence of those status.
So next up is death gratuity. So the death gratuity program provides a special tax-free payment of $100,000 to eligible survivors of service members who die while either on active duty or up to 120 days after discharge if the death was related to service. The goal here is to provide survivors with a lump sum to help them transition to life after the veteran has passed away.
Another big one that we'd like to mention is VA accrued benefits. So if a veteran's claim for benefits is still pending at the time of his or her passing, the surviving spouse may be substituted in to that pending claim in the place of the veteran. So if a service connection or an increased rating is later awarded, the surviving spouse would receive any accrued benefits that would have been paid to the veteran. So accrued benefits are the retroactive pay that a veteran would have received from the effective date of their claim up to the date of their death.
The last topic we'll talk about today is the survivor benefit plan. So veterans can opt into and pay for a survivor benefit plan. And if they do, after their death, the SBP will pay up to 55% of the veteran's retirement pay to their designated beneficiaries. And beneficiaries can include the surviving spouse, former spouse, children, or a disabled dependent. And in cases where the deceased veteran did not have a spouse or children, another person of natural insurable interest, such as a brother or sister, may be eligible.
All right, so that is our quick look at VA financial benefits for survivors of veterans. So if you think you might qualify for additional types of compensation that we haven't mentioned today, please do reach out. An experienced VA accredited representative can help you learn your options here. So if you'd like to hear about other types of survivor benefits like healthcare and education benefits, come check out part 2 of this video, non-compensation benefits for survivors. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe for more content. Thank you and take care.